G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be going over my round 10 results or tipping results and then giving you my round 11 tips for this weekend's action. But for round 10 guys, I was at Magic Round and I saw I saw 7 out of the 8 games. The reason I missed the Canberra Raiders game on Sunday was because play the clip.
We'll select the money draw, show us all the number. We need to see, we want to see it. Alright, number 38, we want to be part of this journey with you.
So guys, for all of you that don't know, that is my wonderful and beautiful wife in the Rabbitohs jersey grabbing a ball in the human claw machine. So that was very fun. We waited 3 hours in line to play this game, missing the entire first game on Sunday, but it was very fun. And if you guys ever get a chance, if you haven't been to Magic Round and they have this next year, please do play it. It was an absolute ball and I highly recommend it. But yes, let's go through this last week's action, and I will give a quick summary of every game. Knights and Bulldogs. A bit of a scrappy game. Was not a big fan of it at all. At the end of the day, the Knights got a scrappy win. It was the battle of the bottom, and it really panned out to be that way. So, I got the tip wrong. I thought the Bulldogs might bounce back this weekend, but it wasn't the case. Next game, an absolute one team got destroyed, the other team did the destruction, and that was the Broncos. Absolutely flogging Manly 38-0. Another man of the match performance from Adam Reynolds. He's looking very good in the Broncos jersey, and am I upset about how it all panned out? Well, guys, I have a video on that. Go and check that one out if you get a chance. All right, next up was the Rabbitohs and Warriors. This game was fairly one-sided in the first half and fairly one-sided in the second half by the opposite team. So the Rabbitohs started this game, I believe it was 20-0 at half-time. They looked like they were absolutely going to fly away with this game, but the Warriors made a late comeback and really almost won it. So very, very good game of football at the end, but it definitely shouldn't have been that close. That was 2 tips in a row right there. Next up, we have the Titans against the Dragons. Personally, this was probably the game of the round. It went into double overtime or double golden point. Very entertaining game of football. I thought it was brilliant. Titans got the job done, and another tip right for me. This is where it went downhill, though, guys. I backed Storm to win this one. Prior to the game, Jerome Hughes got ruled out. I thought without Pappenhausen, the Panthers, the Storm had a chance, but then when Jerome Hughes got removed, I thought, no, there's no chance Storm win this one now. But you know what? I stuck by my tip, and I'm very sorry I did, because the Panthers were way too strong in the end. Next up, Sharks and Raiders. I think most people took Cronulla. They did. Only 5% taking the Raiders. The Raiders were amazing from what I did see on the big screen outside. I know they were down to 11 men. I think it was in the second half, and they were just resilient. They kept going, and I turned to my wife when we were still waiting in line. I said to her, you know what, the Sharks really need to capitalize here, because the Raiders are down to 11 players. 2 players sin binned, or one was sent off, I believe, and the other sin bin, or I don't know. I didn't see the game, so I'm not too sure. Maybe it was 2 sin bins at one point. I can't remember, but the Sharks should have capitalized, and they didn't. And the Raiders were way too good in the end. Then we've got the Roosters and Para. I thought the Eels would have posed a bit of a threat here on Sunday afternoon. The Roosters were actually not favourites going into this game. It was the Eels. So, I went the safe tip there to a degree, and it came back to bite me in the butt. So, Parramatta lost that one. A very good performance by Sam Walker, I must say. A lot of the Roosters players really stood up and played very well. And then the final game of the round was the Cowboys and the Tigers. This was a very entertaining game. Some of the craziest tries we've seen. That try Murray Tuolangi set up for Scott Drinkwater, in my mind, is one of the best tries that we will ever see in the NRL. It was just insane. I can't believe that happened. Glad the Cowboys won because it at least gave me 50% for the week. All right, on to round 11. Starting off with Thursday night's clash, we've got the Knights and the Broncos. I don't know when I'm uploading this. I'm going to assume it's Thursday. So for tonight's clash, Knights against the Broncos. Look, fan votes are the Broncos, and I can't see the Knights winning this one. I think the Broncos will win this one by plenty. Next up, we've got the Tigers and the Bulldogs. I'm going to agree with the fan votes. Now, listen to me. When I pulled up the team list today, I had to click on Brent Naden's name. The reason I had to click on it is I've gone, hang on, have we got another Brent Naden in the NRL? Because pretty sure the one I'm thinking of plays for the Bulldogs. Well, the Bulldogs got rid of him and the West Tigers snapped him up, all in just literally a few days. Brent Naden played in the centres for the Bulldogs last week, and then they shipped him off to the Tigers. That is crazy, but I do think the Tigers win that one. Next up, we've got the Parramatta Eels beating Manly. I don't know what's going on with Manly. You can tell Tom's not right. Burbo's now not in the team. He's been taken out, so I'm assuming that's injury there. I'm back in the Eels. I think they'll get this one done. They'll have a good bounce back game and put the hurt on Manly. I think Manly are going to get another pretty bad loss. That's my opinion this weekend. Dragons and Warriors. I'm taking the Dragons in this one. I think they will beat the Warriors. Both sides look sloppy on the weekend at times, but they also look pretty good as well. I think the Dragons can win this one. 69% of people agree with me. I do think they'll get the win there over the Warriors. Next up, we've got the Cowboys and Storm. Now, let me just check team list here because I don't want to get this wrong. But I don't think Storm have too many players back. Unless Pappy and, what's his name? Hughes are back. Pappy isn't, but Hughes is. I still think, sorry, got a bloody itchy arm. I still think that the Cowboys get the job done at home. I'm tipping an upset here. I think the Cowboys win this one. I think they win and they push towards that top 2 spot. I honestly do. A lot of people are questioning the Cowboys. Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? Well, this is the game where they're going to prove to people what they are up in there in the top 4, because other than the Eels and a few other sort of fringe top 8 teams, they haven't really beaten many quality teams. So I think this is going to be a good test for them. Well, they did beat the Broncos. I will say that. They did beat the Broncos, who are looking pretty good at the moment. But I think if they can prove to everyone that they can, go up there with the top teams, I think they can prove a lot of people wrong. So, yes, that is my tip there. I'm backing the Cowboys in an upset. I'm backing the Panthers here, but I'm not confident about this one. I think the Roosters could pose a threat to the Panthers there, especially at home, but I think the Panthers should get it done. I think the Bunnies will get this one done. I don't see the Raiders. And they played very well against the Sharks, don't get me wrong. This one's at Apex Oval in Dubbo. Very excited for this clash on Sunday afternoon. But I do think that my Bunnies will get the job done here. If the Raiders come out and play like they did last week, I think this is going to be an absolute cracker of a game. Could be in the talks for one of the games of the round. But if the Raiders don't play like they did last week, I think the Rabbitohs run away with this one. All right, and finally, the Titans and the Sharks. Now, I thought this might have been a little bit closer. Now, the Sharkies are coming off a pretty bad loss there in Magic Round against the Raiders. And there they come to play a confident Titans team that's got a good Golden Point win. Now, while I think the Titans are finding their confidence and starting to put together some good football, the Roosters game wasn't a good game for them, but I think they could defeat the Sharks here, but at the end of the day, the Sharks, after last week's performance, are going to want a huge bounce back week. I think they'll get the job done. So I'm taking the Sharkies in the late game on Sunday. All right, guys. So let's go over my tips one more time. Broncos over the Knights, Tigers over the Bulldogs, Eels over Manly, Dragons to beat the Warriors. We've got the Cowboys over Storm in an upset, Panthers over the Roosters, Souths over the Raiders, and the Sharkies over the Titans. Let me know who you guys have gone with in the comments below. I love to read your comments. You guys are amazing and you're so supportive of me. So I've got to say thank you for that because I really do appreciate it. But that is going to wrap it up from me, guys. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.